your mistakes, and I certainly made a lot of them on that show. And even last week made some mistakes, and hopefully I can learn from some of those and take some of the good things and try and reapply them for this week. I think the scores will be a lot lower, and the conditions certainly tougher, and the surface is different. And the guy who can figure them out first tomorrow and survive some of the ugly frames is going to come out on top.
Very astute and interesting. As you take a look now at Dave Arnold, but Chris Barnes, it looks like he's on the way to figuring him out.
Well, he survived the 4-9, but, you know, Chris is only just tied with Dave Arnold. This match, anybody's game right now. Arnold up in the 6 to take a 10-pin lead, and doesn't take the 10-pin lead. He leaves the 10-pin.
Arnold won match 2, 258 to 203 over Danny Wiseman. There's Sherry Radiff, tournament chairperson. She, every year, does a wonderful job.
Spends a lot of hours here at Duquette's Imperial Lanes. Once again, changing balls. And what he does by doing that, Phil, is he gives himself more room for error. The bowlers are looking for more room for error, whether it be shooting a single pin spare or shooting for a strike. You know, if they can develop some area, make the game easier. And for the people listening, that's exactly what you ought to be looking for as well.
7th frame. Match is even.
Stays that way with Arnold striking in the 7th frame, 138 through 6, strike up in the 7th. Chris Barnes, 88 through 4, double up in the 5th and 6th, and a chance to take a 10-pin lead if he can keep it going here on lane 26. Same flat 10 that Arnold left. Take a look at a profile of Chris Barnes. We're going to get used to seeing him. Drops the ball in the 2nd step, the push away, high arm swing, great smooth release, and big reach toward the pins.
Oh, able to get that 10-pin. Member of Team USA for 4 years. He had 4 gold medals at the American Zone Championships in Costa Rica. Just a talented amateur player, and now is one out here on the national tour in only his 2nd year.
Yeah, well, all that amateur stuff is gone for Chris Barnes. This man's a professional, and he's trying to become one of the best ones out here and doing a darn good job of it. He's down by 1 pin right now. Slow, it got slow with the speed. He got away with one right there, Phil. That ball was a little bit down on the speed. Crept up just a little bit high. You'll watch. It's going out to where you think it needs to be, but just starts to break a little bit. Comes in high, trips out the 4-pin, and thank you. I got away with one.
2 different lines we're seeing here in this match.
Arnold, 11-pin lead. And he's into it, believe me.
Again, you had mentioned 18 and 6 in match play, a great week. You pick up 30 bonus pins for every victory in match play. But you talked about Arnold having a shot at winning a major title a couple years ago, did not do it, and he wants to get back.
Maybe some redemption for Dave Arnold. Dave Arnold, possible 258. Chris Barnes, possible 247. With a strike here, Barnes will not be able to shut him out. Will he get the friendly roll? No, the 4-pin does not fall. It's back to a 10-pin lead. Boy, a lot of interesting scenarios possible as we take one more look at Dave Arnold on lane 25. Ball creeping up just ever so high. Chris Barnes tripped the 4-pin out there, but Arnold not able to. And now Chris Barnes does have the opportunity to shut Dave Arnold out. Barnes could shoot 247. Arnold could only shoot 237. But right now, Barnes trails by 10 pins. A strike here would even up the match. opportunity lost for Chris Barnes.
By that reaction, it looks like at least he felt that he threw the ball pretty well coming off his hand.
Well, he did throw it good. You know, the lanes could be drying up just a little bit. Maybe needed to be a further left on the approach. He makes the spare. If he were to strike out, he was surprised the ball hooked that much.
Possible 227 for Barnes should he go off the sheet, and then Arnold, we could have a tie.
We could very easily have a tie. Important. Another 4-pin.
Well, he keeps moving left. Pretty soon he'll be in Cleveland. I mean, he just going left with his feet.
I don't know where that came from.
Now some confusion for Barnes as the ball creeps in high. He's making the adjustments, Phil. He's moving further left, but he's not getting the reaction that he's looking for. The best that Barnes can do right now is 216, and pin count's still very, very important. If he gets a strike here, the little confusion right there is Arnold picks up his ball and gets ready to bowl, and I don't think Arnold knows what's frame. He doesn't know what frame it is. He just knows that he wants to pick the ball up and strike. But Chris Barnes, if he strikes here, he'll force Arnold to at least mark in the 10th frame. Boy, it's 4 pins for everybody.
215 for Chris Barnes.
If Arnold gets a 9 count, he can do no worse than tie. So any kind of a mark, he wins. 9 on the first ball, no worse than a tie. And with the kind of spare shooter that he is, he's going to make that spare. But he doesn't need it.
Just throw the strike. So Dave Arnold now has won a couple of matches and will take on Tim Chris for the championship. Boy, impressive. Arnold's gone out there and just thrown one solid shot after another.
And the lanes this week, Phil, played inside throughout. So Arnold picking up a little trick on the television pair. Very interesting as he takes care of business. It was 258 the first game. This time he's going to be well into the 230s, and